Institutions bought over $3 billion in crypto last month, but they are not buying what you think. While retail was panic selling during the fear and greed crash to 11 entities were quietly loading up. Some bought Bitcoin, some bought Ethereum, and some are sitting on positions so large they could move the entire market with a single transaction. Today we are tracking all 11 of them. Names, wallet sizes, what they bought, and what it signals for the next 3 months. This is the Smart Money Tracker, and by the end, you will know exactly where the big players are placing their bets right now. Here is the thing about smart money: they do not react to price. They react to data you will never see on Twitter, on-chain flows, OTC desk volumes, regulatory drafts that have not been published yet. When the Fear and Greed Index hit 11 on April 15th, retail panicked. But the BTC spot ETFs pulled in $629 million on a single day, May 1st. That was not retail, that was BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest. They were buying the fear. The pattern is simple. Smart money accumulates when sentiment is low. Then retail FOMO buys at the top. Every cycle, same story. So instead of watching price charts, we watch wallets. Entity 1, Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy, ticker MSTR on Nasdaq. Michael Saylor holds 818,334 Bitcoin. That is $65 billion at current prices. Cost basis $61.8 billion. Average buy price $75,537 per coin. He is sitting on roughly $3.5 billion in unrealized profit. Latest purchase 273 Bitcoin for $255 million on April 27th. The week before that, 164 Bitcoin for $254 billion. Year-to-date Bitcoin yield 9.6%. The signal here is clear. Strategy paused buying this week ahead of Q1 earnings, but when they buy in size. They have bought more Bitcoin in 2026 than all the spot ETFs combined. Think about that. Yep. Entity 2, Bitmine, ticker BMNR on NYSE. This is the one most people are sleeping on. BMNR holds 131 Ethereum. That is 29% of the entire circulating supply. One company owns nearly 1 in 20 of all ETH in existence, and they are not just holding. 84% of that position is staked. That is 36 million ETH locked up, generating $297 million per year in yield. Last week they bought another 745 ETH for $238 million. They increased staking from 73 to 84% in a single week, moving 570,000 ETH worth $34 billion into staking contracts. That is maximum conviction. They are not selling. They are digging in. Tom Lee from Fundstrat, one of their backers, said it directly. Quote, "Crypto spring has commenced." Entity 3, BlackRock through their iShares Bitcoin Trust, ticker IBIT. On May 1st alone, IBIT pulled in $284 million. That was the largest single-day inflow for IBIT in weeks. BlackRock is the biggest asset manager on the planet. 5 trillion in AUM. When they allocate, it is not speculation. It is a strategic positioning shift. Their IBIT fund now holds approximately $45 billion in Bitcoin, and the team behind Buitel, their tokenized treasury fund, is pushing $8 billion in real-world assets on-chain. BlackRock is not just buying Bitcoin. They are building the infrastructure for tokenized finance. That is a multi-decade bet. Entity 4, Fidelity through FBTC, $213 million on May 1st. Fidelity manages 8 trillion. Their crypto desk has been one of the most aggressive institutional buyers since the ETF launched. Entity 5, ARK Invest, ticker ARK, $5 million on May 1st. Cathie Wood projects Bitcoin market cap will hit 16 trillion by 2030. That is roughly $760,000 per coin. She also bought 500,000 Robinhood shares last week and is a backer of BMNR. When the same investor is buying Bitcoin ETFs, fintech stocks, and the largest Ethereum treasury company, that tells you something about conviction. Quick pause. We are halfway through the whale tracker. If you want this kind of analysis every week, subscribe now. We track these 11 entities in every daily crypto report. Coming up, the sellers. FTX Estate, MT, Gox, and the US government are all sitting on billions in crypto. Are they about to dump? Now the other side. 3 entities that could flood the market with supply. Entity 6, the FTX Estate. They have been liquidating assets since 2023 to repay creditors. So far, no significant movements this week. Arkham Intelligence shows their labeled wallets are quiet, but the overhang remains. Entity 7, MT, Gox Trustee. The distribution timeline is still unclear. No large movements detected. But when this Bitcoin finally moves, it could create short-term selling pressure. Entity 8, the U.S. Government Department of Justice. They hold seized Bitcoin from various enforcement actions. Wallets are quiet. No auction or sale signals. The key takeaway here: none of these potential sellers are moving right now. That supply overhang is real, but it is not imminent. And the buyers, MSTR, BMNR, BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, are buying faster than the sellers could sell. 3 more entities rounding out the tracker. Entity 9, Galaxy Digital. They published research saying the Clarity Act markup could happen as soon as the week of May 11th. Galaxy is not just an analyst. They are a BMNR backer and an active market maker. When Galaxy talks, they have skin in the game. Entity 10, the Ethereum Foundation. Minimal operational sales. Their known wallets show steady, small disposals for funding, not large position exits. Net effect on supply is negligible. Entity 11, Justin Sun. The Tron founder holds significant positions across multiple chains. His moves are closely watched because he has historically moved markets with large deposits and withdrawals from exchanges. This week, quiet, but Sun is always worth monitoring. So what does the net picture look like? The buyers, Strategy, BMNR, BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, deployed roughly $3.5 billion in the last 2 weeks. The potential sellers, FTX, MT, Gox, US government, moved 0. BTC ETFs netted positive $528 million last week alone. Exchange reserves are declining. Coins are leaving exchanges faster than they are entering. That is an accumulation signal. And here is what matters most. The fear and greed index sits at 40. That is fear territory. Smart money is buying fear. When sentiment finally catches up to the flows, that is when the breakout happens. Bitcoin touched 80,526 on May 4th. The first print above 80K since March. The smart money was already positioned before that happened. Here is the summary. 11 entities tracked. 8 are actively buying or holding. 3 potential sellers are silent. Strategy holds 818,334 Bitcoin. BMNR holds 18 million Ethereum. ETF inflows are running at $500 million per week. The signal is unambiguous. Institutional conviction is at its highest point since the ETF launch in January 2024. Follow the wallets, not the fear and greed index. Subscribe to AI Unchained. We track these entities every day in our daily crypto intelligence report. Stay informed, stay ahead, and always do your own research.